So I've been flying a lot of concrete lately, but I found that after hitting a few spots, you know, that's all fun and good and everything, but I found that, like, on some level, they all start to sort of look the same. It's kind of getting not so hyped on it. And then someone showed me this place behind me. The big difference this time is this guy's really friggin' huge, man. So the first thing I'm gonna do is recon this thing. Because when I'm flying like these towers and stuff, when I'm flying behind there, I'm a little bit worried that I might not get my quad back if I crash on the roof or something. So objective one is going to be to do a little bit of reconnaissance here. Also, you find out a lot of fun shit when you recon spots, man. Looks easy all the time, but it ain't always easy. That's like the first spot I kind of noticed is these sort of massive girders here, which look like a hoot. But the question is, if you crash into one of these suckers, can you get your quad back? So if I look down here, okay, I think I could climb up and down that hill, but that's a little bit sketch. And if I start looking around, so these are nice big thick pillars here. So I see there's a little ramp, which is dubious, but hey, I would take it. Yeah, climbing up and down this stuff, I think I could probably do it. It would be really dusty, but probably doable. So I'm gonna check out the little ramp and see what if the little ramp like offers me any secrets here. Yeah, so I made up a little ramp. It's a bit weirder than I thought, though. I saw handprints on it before I climbed up, and then yeah, the reason for that is because it's all dusty and it's slippery. So that'll be fun. So now I am inside the little stadium part. So obviously I'm seeing a ton of little columns here and whatnot. What I'm really interested in is, can I get up here if something bad happens? And so far I'm not seeing a way to do that. That kind of sucks, but that also looks like somewhere you don't really want to crash your shit. Yeah, that's what's on the other side. Stairs and whatnot. Interesting. Alright, so I've been looking around a bit, and yeah, there's only that one ramp to get where I'm at now. And what I'm not seeing here is a way to get on the roof, man. So like, hypothetically, you could slide down the hill and get like down here, right? But I'm thinking the only way to get up to the top is literally to use these stairs. And the trick, okay, the challenge there is I have not found a way yet to like get onto those stairs. So I've kind of been all up and down this little inner spot, but the roof access remains elusive. Alright, so I've walked like all the way down the other end. So earlier on I was way the hell down there looking for a way to get on these stairs. So I think that like the only way to do that is to maybe hop onto this thing and then hop up onto the, you know, stairs up here. Obviously if that doesn't go well for you, the problem is that's a good bone break and drop. Ask me how I know. I've broken enough shit that I'm pretty educated in that area. So like basically so far no real way to get on the roof that I found. Let's see if there's any. Okay, there's kind of a path. You can go down through that little rebar and then climb up the other hill. But I still don't know if I like go up here and around, can I go dick up on this shit? Because there's like a huge concrete wall, man. And okay, so the stairs go up. So here's the other trick, is that those stairs go up to a point. And after that point, the only thing that's like joining the whole stair thingy to the roof thingy is this little concrete thing. Now, yeah, you could walk across that totally. I'm not saying it's not doable. And yeah, you could do that with a quad. I don't think you could do that with your whole FPV kit though, if it's all heavy, like a backpack. Yeah. So yeah, dude, the Vortex kind of out. Like, since I can't find an easy way onto the roof, kind of bummed, but that kind of bugs me. So that means basically, well, I'll go out, I guess, and I'll demonstrate what the consequences of that will be. Like, no roof access is kind of a big bad no-no for me. Alright, so I'm coming out to the little ramp here, which is going to be slightly sketchy with a GoPro, because this fucker is slippery. But yeah, so it's not going to move. But I am going to kind of slide down it. So, oh yeah, these little dudes are concrete too. Fuck tons of them. These little barrier bobbies. I don't know why I think call shit bobbies all the time. Alright, so here's the trick. Now, say I want to dive these towers or whatever, fly through those windows, or I want to do some cool shit with these beams. Well, basically, I can retrieve my quad from diving this shit. That is possible. However, seriously sketch, because you don't know where it's going to land, because there's that trench, right? So suppose you screw it up or you bounce off something, your quad could drop straight down, or it could go into the pit of like friggin' despair and shit down here. The trick, if I look over here, and this all looks really super cool, I would like all the ideas, right? But if anything goes wrong anywhere up here, anything at all, I can't get my quad back, man, because there's that whole floor thing here, as far as I can tell, is inaccessible. So yeah, so that kind of sucks. So ultimately, I'm not gonna fly here today, man. Yeah, I kind of wasted my time and whatnot in a way, but in a way it's not a waste of time. Some guys will be perfectly happy to fly a spot like this and won't give a rat's ass. Maybe they can climb all that stuff by themselves because they're like, you know, parkour experts or whatnot. But that shit is not for me. So it's partially my age, because I'm like 40 years old ish. Well, I'm 39.99999 freaking years old. I'm basically 40, and I've broken a lot of stuff before, and I'm talking about my body. So I've broken, you know, legs and ankles. What have I not broken really? I've broken arms, fingers, feet, legs, and a lot of stuff. Most recently, I fell out of a tree trying to get a quad down because I did not have one of these things. So I climbed a palm tree a few years ago, and it wasn't that tall even. I fell out of it, broke my foot. But yeah, like, this spot is really friggin' cool. I won't deny that. But what I will say is I don't think I'm gonna fly it because there's too many ways to lose my quad. So I'm not inclined to lose any quads today. That's just not something I want. but I also don't want to injure myself, right? Like trying to climb after stuff or this. This place is legit dangerous. There's some pretty big drops. A lot of the stuff you would climb on is quite dusty and stuff, which means that, you know, it's a bit hazardous to get a good grip on things and whatnot. Now, if you're a young dude, you know, some guys who are more agile and stuff, no problem. Maybe they can climb all that, parkour up to the roof. Maybe they've got ninja ropes or whatever. Or maybe they don't care. But me personally, I'm calling it quits and I'm walking away. I've broken way too much shit in my body and I can't afford to deal with that shit, man. Last thing I broke was my foot going after a quad in a palm tree, which wasn't even that high. And I freaking fell out of the palm tree, busted my foot. And yeah, so what, you think, right? Like, oh, it heals and whatever. But no, man. Consequence was like 3 months off of work because I couldn't commute and I couldn't drive because I had an air cast on. And that affects my most important thing in my life, which is not FPV, man. It's paying the bills and whatnot. Like, you know, so basically I can't afford to get injured. It's not fun, for one, but also, okay, long story short, like, I think that building is way too fucking sketch for me personally. So gotta abandon it. It's freaking hot out too, man. Like, one major quad retrieval basically ruined the whole flight day anyways. I could fly it, you know, I could cruise around and do stuff, but personally I'm just not feeling it. So yeah, whatever, man. That's my take on like flying spots, you know. Big respect to guys who are gonna take like risks and shit and do crazy stuff. For me, the big things are like personal injury is something I need to look out for. So if there's a massive risk of like personal injury and it's very likely that I might get injured just in the course of flying, that's a big red flag. And the other thing is losing quads. If I'm very likely to crash in such a way that I am not getting my quad back ever, that's a big downer for me, because I'm not, I spend a lot on this hobby, but I do it because I build up quads and I like them to run and I like them to stick around. I like to keep using them. I can't afford to just throw away quads, try and do crazy shit. And I also think that's kind of dumb. Like, why the fuck would you just build quad and then just do some mad shit and just throw it away for YouTube views? I don't know. Maybe some dudes are cool with that, but that's not my scene personally. And well, I don't want to tangent too much on that. Yeah, just not feeling it, basically. So I don't know. If this kind of helps someone, great, right? Like, if there's one dude out there who sees my yammering and shit and decides to like walk away from a certain spot, I think that's fucking cool. And honestly, you know, like, there's all these guys diving buildings and shit and whatever. Fantastic, right? You know, as long as they're doing their due diligence and all that stuff, more power to them. But the main point I'm getting at is, like, whatever other dudes are up to, and doesn't mean you have to do it. That sounds stupid. I sound like your fucking kindergarten teacher saying something. Well, just because all the other kids have running with scissors doesn't mean you would they, or, you know, the classic one, oh, if everyone jumped off a cliff with you. There's that, but honestly, it's like a thing in this hobby. It's like people do copy other people in positive ways and, you know, negative ways, right? Like, I mean, you know, you learn tricks by watching other dudes fly. That's cool, that's normal. And people are also getting more into building diving because dudes are doing it successfully. And, you know, people are flying cooler and cooler spots. There's some insanely good urban pilots. And by the way, I would point out, I think it's this guy named Won from Korea, who's, in my opinion, the absolute best urban FPV pilot there is in terms of just pure urban exploration and acro and all that. I digress. I think basically I just want to reiterate that, hey, think before you fly, and if something's out of your comfort zone, fucking walk away. And, you know, who cares, man? You don't have to do anything you don't want to. You should only do shit that you're gonna enjoy, and for God's sake, don't fucking injure yourself just to fly quads, you know? Just don't do that shit. If you want to sacrifice a quad, great, why not? But dude, like, make smart calls, that's all I'm saying. So I'm gonna shut the fuck up, and I'm gonna go back to my boring ass spot that I normally fly, and I'm just gonna fly packs and not blow anyone's mind and be boring. But hey, whatever. Peace out, boys.